Greetings, family. My name is Cassandra-Floyd, also known as the Daughter of the Fates, founder of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence, and I am tired and I'm sleepy. I'm tired and I'm sleepy. Let's see. Um, yeah, so I have a. Greetings. Honestly, as late as I scheduled this thing, I was like, I'm gonna be talking to myself, but I ought to do better. And I'm tired. Let's see. All right. So I'm gonna keep this short. I'm gonna be honest. I'm sleepy, and I ain't gonna fight it. Truth be told, but I got so much to share with you guys. So let me show y'all what I did right before we talk about the rest of this thing. I don't know what's going on with this moon energy. This whole last 2 weeks has been like too easy. Too easy for me to descend into wormholes. It's been too easy. Okay. It's like too easy. It's like exciting and like, I don't know. It's been too easy for me to descend into wormholes, and I went into a deep one this weekend. So let me show y'all what I did. Excuse me. Let me show y'all what I did. Hold on, let me turn this on too. Ooh, I'm so tired. Let's see. Greetings, Sage Page. I'm gonna tell y'all, those of you who missed the Zoom meeting we did on Thursday, y'all missed it. That joint was good. That joint was good. Let's see. It was good. Okay. Let me show y'all my shirt too. My shirt I got today. After I set this up. I'm just trying to tell y'all some crazy shit happened this weekend. Let's see. But I'm gonna show y'all my shirt first. Aw, Java Watson, girl, you so cute. Thank you so much for the donation. Look at this shirt. It says making me in hard since 700 BC. Isn't that awesome? What's your email address, Sage? Because I thought I responded to everybody who wanted to be on the Zoom call. So make sure I know who you are. Like when you email me, put like Sage Page on YouTube so I know exactly who you are, because I thought I sent everybody that responded that they wanted to be in the Zoom an email. So if I missed you somehow, just make sure you clarify that you Sage Page on here. You feel me? So anyway, let me tell you. I was after we did that Zoom, not the Zoom, after we did the last piece on the quickening, after we did that last piece on the quickening, I got back on a wormhole that I went on maybe 2 years ago. When I did, so if you go back, you'll see a series of lives that I did on the Suicide Squad, on the movie The Suicide Squad, right? But I told y'all it started out, if you go back, there's a video that came out right before the first one, and it's got a picture of the elephant and the donkey on it for the red and blue, and it was called The Duality of Red and Blue, right? So I got back on that wormhole about the red and blue after we did this deep dive on the quickening last week. I don't remember what made me go back on it. It was something that we visited on the quickening that I was like, oh shit, maybe I need to get back into this red and blue. Baby, I'm just going to tell you. Let me just tell you. For many, many years, especially when I was an activist, when I was like a revolutionary, you feel me? We would do these conferences, and no matter where we went, there was always going to be some black person that wanted to know. It was funny at the time, but there was always going to be some black person who wanted to know the party's position on the Illuminati and Freemasonry, right? And the party was like, we ain't got no position on that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't got no position on that bullshit. And, you know, that that type of discussion, which is really, really prominent these days, especially among black folks who love to go into wormholes about, you know, these mega conspiracies like the Illuminati and the Freemasons and the, you know, the hidden societies and the Bilderberg group and the Orange Grove or whatever the fuck it is. Like, people love going ham on that shit. You feel me? And for the longest time, and I would even dare say, you know, now, my position had always been that, to me, whether those organizations and groups, you know, are real or not, I feel like the conspiracy theory interest around these groups is like one of those tactics that keep people like entertained while at the same time keeps them paralyzed in a certain kind of fear that makes them feel like this thing is too big to beat. I hope I said that clear. For me, the reason I'd always had kind of like, whether as an activist or whether as a spiritual person, the reason I'd always had an opposition about discussing, you know, those organizations is because they always felt distractionary. Whether they're real or not was of no consequence to me. Whether it's the Illuminati, whether it's the this or the that, to me, it just always felt. It's not to say that there are a myriad of conspiracies that I 1,000% believe are true. And then what? Like, that's always been my, and then what? After you realize they true, then what? Then what you gonna do? Because if the answer is you ain't gonna do shit, then what's the point of knowing the shit? You know what I'm saying? Of like getting yourself stressed out, you know, and paranoid and shit. Like, if you don't intend to do shit after you done went down the wormhole any motherfucking way. You feel me? It just felt like, and you know me, I think everything is the motherfucking police. Everything. I don't give a fuck what it is. I don't give a damn how small it is. I think everything is the fucking police. Because we live in the state. I don't remember which one. I don't know who the hell that is laughing at me. But everything is the motherfucking police. While the state remains, everything is the fucking police. While the state remains, everything is the fucking police. That ain't real. That ain't no conspiracy. It's just what the fuck it is. This shit is a goddamn construct that functions well It's a well-organized machine that does exactly what it is intended to do. Until it is undone, everything is the fucking police. Everything. Everybody and everything is the police. Our programming dictates that we behave like the police. It do. It do. What do we call it? Imposter syndrome. What do we call it? What else we call it? There was one in particular. Um, Toxic narcissism, noble narcissism. Oh, what's another good one? Um, Gaslighting. What's another? I could do this shit all goddamn night. Our self-sabotaging ways is the police. Listen, our goddamn yes, rage bait is the police. Imposter syndrome is the police. God damn it. You understand? Uh, Noble narcissism, nigga, you the police. You know what I'm saying? Listen, listen. Everything is the fucking police. While the state remains, everything is the police. All of our conditioning behaves like the police in our lives. Listen, I got a word today. Because the police was in my house. The police was in my house today. You feel me? It's called self-sabotage. Knowing you got shit to do and you deliberately don't do that shit, that's the motherfucking police in your house. That's the police. Everything is the police. I didn't mean to get off on that, but that was a word that somebody needed to hear. Nigga, until the goddamn state is destroyed, the motherfucking state remains, and everything is the motherfucking police. Everything is intended to secure this bitch. Everything is secure. Everything. We all agents. Child, we all agents. We all the police. We all the police. Until this shit is no more. We all the police. So ain't no point in getting caught up in no motherfucking rabbit holes about y'all about to totally contradict myself. Ain't no point in getting caught up in the motherfucking rabbit holes about the goddamn Freemasons and the Moore Science Temple and who else, the Illuminati and the whoever the fuck else. If you don't intend to do nothing with that information, if you don't intend to do nothing with that information but consume it, if you don't do that. Don't waste your time on that bullshit if you ain't gonna do nothing about it. You feel me? And what do you do about it? What do you do about it? Somebody asked me that the other day. What did they ask me? So how do we fix it then? Then how do we fix it? Bitch, you obviously ain't been watching my channel. Because I ain't been up in here talking in ambiguities, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. I tell you, whether it's me talking to you about how to handle yourself as you transition through these seasons, child, it's me putting you on game. Putting you on game to do what? To be the best version of yourself that you possibly can be while your ass is still the police. While your ass is still the police. What do I mean when I say while your ass is still the police, that you can be the best possible version of yourself that you can be? It is actively chiseling away your motherfucking conditioning. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. When I give you guys reading assignments, when I give y'all asses real live time pop quizzes to make sure that what I'm saying is not just y'all consuming it like motherfucking popcorn during the goddamn horror movie and shit, but y'all actually taking this shit in and internalizing it in your goddamn body. And that shit make you walk different when you go out the next day. Like somebody done really put you on game and you done fully embodied that shit. That's what it means to fight the police in your motherfucking house. That's what it means. That's what it means. And I'll say it a million times. I'll say it a million more if I have to. This shit is not for entertainment purposes only. Fuck what you heard. Fuck what you heard. This shit is not for entertainment purposes only. And I can't be no more clear than to say I recognize even in my own self when my conditioning has me turn into motherfucking Agent Smith. my God. Damn. Listen, I was Agent Smith up in this bitch today because I had 1,000,001 things to do. And when I tell you I didn't do a single one, not a single one, not a single one. Okay. Not a single one. But the reason I got on that whole diatribe in the first place, I told y'all I'm delirious. Okay. When I say I'm motherfucking sleepy, I mean I am motherfucking sleepy. I'm right in between that space between sleep, consciousness, and about to pass right the fuck out. You feel me? So like I'm in the zone. I'm in the space in between. So I might I might be dropping nuclear bombs tonight. You feel me? You feel me? I feel you, Britney Spears. I do, baby. I do. I'm gonna tell you why I went on this diatribe, and I told y'all I was gonna contradict myself because I decided this weekend in this place that I was that it was about time for me to stop avoiding that thing that I really never really discussed with people or talked about or went into wormholes around because every single thing that I was studying this weekend led back to the same motherfucking place. The goddamn Freemasons and the motherfucking Illuminati. That was the reason I went into that whole goddamn little diatribe. So let me tell you what happened. So I started out. I don't know if y'all can see that. So I'll show it on my little IG first, right? Then I'll show it to y'all, right? So I was like, okay, let me revisit this red, man, this red symbolism, blue symbolism thing that I was on a couple of years ago because I feel like it's still much deeper than I gave space for, even though it took up like 2 to 3 hour goddamn videos a couple of years ago. And I missed this a couple of years ago. So and I'm sure it's older than that. That's why I told y'all I gotta go into a nosedive into this goddamn Freemason Illuminati shit. But I just want to tell y'all a couple of things, and then we'll get into the whole quickening thing. So between like the Illuminati and the goddamn what you call them, the Freemasons, what's that other bullshit? The Kabbalah, right? So the first thing was I was watching this video. Oh, and I have the references for a change. The name of the video, the name of the YouTube, the first reference video YouTube video that I saw was called Symbolism. Was that the first one? But the three references I have is symbolism in cartoons, colors red and blue. That was good. I think it was just that one is not the one that I'm about to reference, but that one was there was no commentary. It was just showing the history of like all these old cartoons in the placement of red, the strategic placement of red and blue, which was interesting. This one is the other YouTube video is called Red and Blue Color Meaning, Lucifer, Freemason, Illuminati Symbolism. That is a YouTube video as well. And it also says, which is fascinating, that at least all of the modern red and blue that you see, whether in movies, TV, whatever, is based on the book of Esther, Esther 1:6, right? And boy, why are you biting me? I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but it was talking about the red and blue that you see. I ain't been on here good, Najee, with that bullshit, yo. Hold on. I just stay with that bullshit. Bullshit. Probably ain't gonna let me play it. Should be told. Okay. So, long and short, at least all the modern references to red and blue are a reference to two things. Well, we'll start with the first thing, which is Solomon's Temple. Remember, I was just saying maybe 2 weeks ago that there are two big religious events happening this year. One is supposedly, I do not know how true it is. I don't know if this is just people, guesstimating, but I don't know. I don't know the exact dates of the Passover, but apparently, um, the the Jews are planning to do a sacrifice on the what is it, the Temple of the Mount or some shit, on the location where they intend to reconstruct the Temple of Solomon. Okay, that's the first big event, and then the other one is the one that we've been talking about a lot, which is on May 20th, the 1700th anniversary of the pretty much the founding of Christianity as an official state religion. Okay, so the red and blue, as described in the book of Esther, Esther 1:6, the right pillar is draped in red, and the blue pillar is and the left pillar is draped in blue. Okay, and I'm just gonna give you some short versions because there was something in particular that kind of it actually blew my mind. It actually blew my mind. So this guy that's doing this video called Red and Blue Color Meaning Lucifer, Freemason, Illuminati Symbolism. And the name of the channel is Wisdom Well. So he's talking about the meanings, the biblical meanings, and he does talk about some non-biblical. Oh, he does talk about some like occult meanings of the red and blue based on his understanding, and then some of the imagery that is always shown on illustrative depictions of Solomon's temple, and the pillars are draped in red and blue. And he says, going down, he says, biblically, there are two pillars, but in Freemasonry, another color and pillar is present, right? So based on Freemasonry, and he says it's sometimes called the middle pillar, the 13th pillar, Jacob's ladder, the stairway to heaven, and it represents transcendence to another level, and is represented by the color yellow. Listen, now this is based on the occult. He says that the third pillar is represented by the color yellow, and it stands for Lucifer because Luciferians and followers of the cult are seekers of the light. Listen, seekers of the light. He says, this is what's crazy. He says the mechanism and the utility are two different things. And then he shows an image of the sun and Saturn, which was crazy. He said, I liken this concept of the mechanism. Let's see. The mechanism of this transcendence to another level, represented by the color yellow as Lucifer. He says the mechanism and the utility are two different things or two different personifications, right, of the same force. He said, for example, he said, what did he say? He said, God the Father and God the Son are, what did he say? Two, God the Father and God the Son represent the same difference between, what did he say? Shit, I can't even see. Mechanism and utility. Okay? Mechanism and utility. He said, so God the Father and God the Son is akin to the Antichrist and Satan. Okay? So, according to him, Satan or Lucifer is the spiritual personification, like God the Father, and the Antichrist is the physical manifestation of Satan, just like Jesus is the physical manifestation of God the Father. You feel me? Okay, so this is what he means when he's talking about mechanism. Okay, and he says, if you want to simplify it to understand it, think about it like this. I'm about to show y'all. This shit messed me up. Okay? This is why I went on that red and blue shit. I'm going to show IG first. Okay? So this is the little diagram that I copied from the dude's page when he started talking about this next section, when he's talking about the mechanism versus the utility of this concept of God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit versus Satan, Satan as, I guess, the Father, and the Antichrist as the child. You feel me? And the Holy Spirit is like whatever their function is. Okay, so look, so this is the diagram that he drew. Okay. And then he described based on what I showed you, okay, right here. What I showed you was all the little, significances of the red, right? And all the significances of the blue. All of this is biblical, okay? Some occult, but just to, compare. So that's what he's saying is this little color wheel I'm about to show you is based on the red symbolism, primarily of the Bible, and the blue symbolism, okay? And to give a differentiation between mechanism and utility, okay? So this is the little diagram he drew, okay? Where he's got, just like I showed you, he's got the blue on one side, he's got the red on one side. Then he says, you got to draw the yellow, okay? And then you get your secondary colors. Yellow and red make orange, right? Yellow and blue make green, right? Red and blue make purple, which we talked about extensively when I first did this dichotomy of red and blue a couple of years ago, right? So when the red and the blue, and what did I tell y'all this red and blue meant, at least biblically? The red is God's chosen people, and the blue is the Gentiles, okay? Okay. So then he says that when the three come together, you have this little black right here, okay? Now, in his interpretation of the pillars with the gold, which was above between the two pillars, right? Now he's still talking about Freemasonry or whatever. He says that that the gold here right, represents Lucifer, right? Because he said the Luciferians are the ones that are, quote, the seekers of the light. Okay. He said, now let me just tell you, y'all know me. I'm always going to be looking up the etymology of words. So he says, okay, so according to this, the diagram of primary colors, this is called pigment colors. This version is called pigment colors. And pigment means red dye or coloring matter. This is a depiction of a physical color. This is a depiction. This little thing right here is a depiction, right, of painting type matter. Painting is physical, right? So the word pigment means red dye or coloring matter. Coloring matter, a substance to impart color. It is reflected in direct light. It is the subtractive format. Then the numbering for this, right? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Isn't it interesting that on this one, the seventh color or the seventh chakra is black? It's not white. You see that right there in the center. It's black. It's not white. I'm getting somewhere. So he says that, for example, Baphomet. Baphomet is the black space on the color wheel, right? And it is because Baphomet is the personification, right, of the union of male and female, or heaven and earth. And he said that is like witchcraft or whatever. Well, what did he say? Anyway, let me move on. So I just want to show y'all what I was up to before we get into this quickening thing. Okay, so that's the red and blue. Once I got on the red and blue, which went on for some time. Oh, this is okay. Then I was like, okay, so much shit was coming up. I need to go ahead and do everything. So this is going to be my purple side. Black and white symbolism. This is going to be all in like popular culture, primarily like movies, music, videos, stuff like that. Here's another one. That's going to be the green and gold symbolism. Pink symbolism and numerology. That's going to be a thing. Silver and mercury, because it was showing up everywhere. Copper and iron. Lightning symbolism and mirror symbolism. Yeah, I might have to do this another day because my brain ain't even working right now. So much. Yeah. All right. Oh, I should write this down because I had a breakthrough in the car on the way home, and I don't want to forget it. So I got caught up in my freaking combing the internet and my shit for I gotta write this down before I forget. So I was in the car just a few hours ago, and I don't even know what made me think about it. But one of the wormholes I went into was like, why so many horror movies have bunny rabbits as evil in the shit, right? I was like, damn, that's a good ass question. I saw this on the YouTube channel. And I was primarily interested because I just did this whole long deep dive into Alice in Wonderland last week that I haven't shared with you guys. And trying to juxtapose the Alice in Wonderland with the Wizard of Oz. So it's a project that I'm working on now. But I was like, okay, with the rabbit. And then this rabbit symbolism came up. And this rabbit symbolism came up right while I was doing the deep dive into Alice in Wonderland, obviously, because there's a rabbit, a white rabbit, and a psychotic hare, a hare in the shed, right? And so I wasn't even looking for. I went to the club to do a little, zoning, and I was looking through. Where's that? I was looking through the Great Black Mama of Creation to see if I could find anything in here about the quickening, and couldn't find anything about the quickening. But let me tell you what I did find while I was looking. So just a few days ago, I wrote my little symbolism column for the symbolism of rabbits in movies, right? Especially rabbits that are, quote, bad. And so I was looking through the Great Black Mother of Creation just a few hours ago. And I forget what I was looking for, but so I'm just scrolling. And I fall on rabbi in this book, the meaning of rabbi in this book. This is a quote. Before there were rabbis, there were rabbatus, or female rabbits. And rabbatu means the Holy One, applied to the great cosmic mother and her priestesses, right? I thought that was deep. Yep. So anyway, that rabbit symbolism. So right you're behind. Yeah. So that was that. That was that. Okay, so that was that. Then I was going through another book. I don't think I'm going to do any of that actually. But I did finally submit. Oh my God, my head is all over the place. Now I'm feeling like neurotic. People, yeah, I'm not going to do that tonight. But when I tell you that the evidence of these people outright theft of everything that belongs to the mother is no joke. Blue. Okay. Yeah, I'm faded. Faded. Yeah, I'm faded. I can't even keep my mind straight. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm fading. I might have to. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm like struggling. Okay. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Yep. This ain't it. I'm freaking out of my mind, tired. Let's see. But I do have homework for you guys. I'll tell you that. Some of you were on the call this past Thursday. And I have homework for y'all. Because one of the things this wormhole did for me is, one, as I'm gonna have to get in this bullshit ass Illuminati Freemasonry shit. Like, if anybody has any book recommendations so that I don't have to. I know it's got to be Java Watson clowning on me right now. You feel me? But I don't even remember what the hell I just said. What was I just saying? I don't even remember. Homework. Okay. So let me show you more notes that I took this weekend. So I was looking over this. I'll tell you why. It was because I watched that. It's way past my. It's so past my bedtime too, Chloe Dior, and you just missed me like literally fading out. I'm about to wrap this up here soon. But in my deep dive, I remember what got me into it. I was dumb scrolling on my Fire Stick, and I was gonna use my newly stepped into man. Ooh. I don't even remember what I was just saying. Shit. I don't even remember. But anyway, the other deep dive that I got on was I watched that bullshit, that Vin Diesel movie with it's called The Last Witch Hunter. Okay. And there was something else I'd been talking to a few women about. And it came again. So I'm working on this thing, like something like We the Tree, and like the different movies that portray like the energy of trees in a really terrible way. I have a whole list. I might divvy up the list to you guys. So y'all can help me conduct some of this research, since I ain't, what do they call it? I ain't got nobody that's going to give me no profound, what you call it? What you call it? I can't remember. But anyway, how I got on it was Vin Diesel. And so there's a long list of movies. And I just feel like there's so much that we can do, like theme wise. You know what I'm saying? Like theme wise. Anyway, so that's for that. I need to write a paper or something called, what's his name? Whatever. Put this shit away. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm delirious. Oh, the Vin Diesel thing, the We the Tree. Yeah, I want to stay on that. I've got so many themes. That ain't even all. Like the 30 something pages I took in the little books. I'm working on something that will like more visually help me narrow. It's just different things that's like. Anyway, whatever. I can't think. Yeah. Like my body wants to stay up and entertain, but my head, my sleep is just like, There was so much. I'm gonna have to do another live tomorrow, make it up for you. Also, I have a book recommendation. And then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna read you an excerpt from this, and then I'm gonna go. That's what I'm gonna do. I bought this maybe a month ago, and it's called Urgent Message from the Mothers. Gather the Women, Save the World by Jean Shinoda Boland, MD. This is the book. An urgent message from the mother. An urgent message from the mother. I'm going to read something for y'all, and then I'm going to go to sleep. I cannot even maintain a thought in my head. I'm so fucking delirious. But when I cracked open this book, because I haven't read this book at all, and tonight I was like, let me just open it up and see what it falls on. And let me tell you, if this ain't serendipitous, what this book fell on today. It's, again, for those just tuning in, it is called The Urgent Message from the Mother. Okay? Nagpur Vigilante Justice. In Nagpur, a city in central India, Vigilante justice was as brutal as the rapes that were committed. In three separate incidences in 2004, mobs of women retaliated to rapists with violence. On one occasion, they burned down the houses of three rapists who had repeatedly raped with impunity. Earlier, a gang leader who the women said had terrorized the neighborhood and raped young girls and pregnant women, and then sent his henchmen to extort money, was stabbed and stoned by a mob of women. When five of the women were arrested, more than 400 women blocked the courtroom and demanded that they be set free. In another case, two men accused of extortion and rape were killed by a mob of women after they tried to strip search a local woman. These incidences have set off a public debate about justice. More than 100 prominent Nagpur lawyers issued a statement saying that the women should not be treated as the accused, but as the victims, and that while it was wrong to take the law into their own hands, the courts should look into the circumstances. It was front page news in Nagpur and other parts of India. I read the story in an American newspaper. That women were raped, especially poor women, is not newsworthy. That women together would rise up and use violence to stop the rapes was news. This would certainly discourage other would-be rapists in Nagpur and make the streets safer for women. The wrathful energy was a collective expression of the archetype of Kali, one of the representations of the enough is enough archetype, and a goddess of transformative wrath, which I described in Goddesses and Older Women. The Hindu goddess Kali is a fierce protectress, terrifying and bizarre in appearance, who, like Sekhmet, a goddess of ancient Egypt with the head of a lioness and the body of a woman, came forth when evil became too much for the gods to overcome, and only a goddess could succeed. It is significant that in mythologies such as these, when evil becomes too much for the gods or men to contain and overcome, the mythic response is to call forth the feminine. The evils of war, terrorism, fratricide, and the need to dominate are too much for men as a gender to overcome, since war is sanctioned by patriarchal religions and hierarchical conditioning shapes men's allegiances. The antidote for this problem is women's wrath. The Nagpur protests against men raping with impunity became mob violence. Outrage got out of control, which is also in the mythologies of Kali and Sekhmet. If rage takes possession of either a woman or a mob of women, the effect is the same. Head and heart are out of action for the duration. The energy itself may, however, be needed to bring about change. The intensity of this archetype needs to be focused, harnessed, and balanced by a circle of women to be used most effectively. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna read. But this is the urgent message from the mother. And I know it's disappointing, but I gotta go to sleep. I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. I'm never gonna do a live this late again. I'm so tired. But I will be back tomorrow, and I'll definitely have a lot more Tajali, hey. I'll definitely have a lot more to say tomorrow about the quickening But it's just something I feel like is so on time in its presentation, not just myself, but with others. And yeah, so there's so many themes in anyway. I'm like all over the place. I feel delirious, but there's a lot that we have to crack open, and I'm gonna need a goddamn research committee. That's what I'm gonna need because it's been way too many hours. Thank you so much, FG Apothecary, for your donation. It's been way too much time this weekend in wormholes. You feel me? But it's a fun one. It's a worthwhile one. The red and blue thing is so deep. That's why I keep saying I'm gonna have to do this Illuminati research shit. All right, I'm gonna go to sleep. Thank you. It says making men hard since 700 BC. I just got it in the mail today. I'm too hyped about it. Anyway, thank you so much. Let's see. Yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Yeah, I'm probably never gonna do something this late again. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe 9 o'clock will be the latest that I do this because I'm suffering. And apparently that tickles y'all to death because I've seen more laugh emojis than I've seen in months. But yeah, and I'm gonna have to post pictures of these Kali earrings that I just made for this sister. They are fire. Okay. All right. Good night. I love you guys. Y'all be keeping me hyped. But tonight, I'm low out. Stick a fork in me. Okay. I'm going to go get some ice cream and then take my ass to bed. Some ice cream and wine. Okay. I'll see you guys. I'm probably going to do a lot tomorrow. And then I think, what did I say? We're going to do another Zoom meeting. We're going to do another Zoom conference on what is going to be a witch's response to the 1700th anniversary of the founding of the Catholic Church, the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD. So, yeah, we're going to do that on Thursday. So I'll send out the information on that in plenty enough time for everybody to participate. Check your emails because I sent a lot of you the video link for the video that we did last week, the recording. So if you're interested in that, you can email me and I'll send it to you. That's it. I gotta go to sleep. My name is Cassandra-Floyd, also known. Oh, so I guess I should give you my email instead of just assuming that you know it. The email is Cassandra, Cassandr. I'm lying. It's not. It's evoemetemp at gmail.com. That's the email. evoemetemp at gmail.com. Okay, evoemetemp at gmail.com. So if you are interested in receiving the Zoom link for next week's meeting, or if you tuned in and you have not yet received an email of the recording, let me know. Email me at evoemetemp at gmail.com. I'm going to go signing out. All right. Peace, you guys. That's probably a record. Be out of here with like 7 minutes to spare. It's got to be a record. Let's see. Oh, God.